what stands between Bafana Bafana and getting to the World Cup in USA, Mexico, and Canada are these two last games in the FIFA African qualifiers. That is Zimbabwe and Rwanda. Zimbabwe away. Technically, it will be in South Africa. Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban, and Rwanda, who should be playing, can't remember where in South Africa, and it's a tough one because South Africa now they are away since we deducted 3 points from playing an ineligible player in Tebogo Mokoena in that game against Lesotho some months ago. Hugo BROOS has named his final 23 players for the next two matches. There's a whole lot of injuries. There's some suspensions, and he has, made some shocking inclusions, especially in that defense. And he's made it clear that he trusts these soldiers that he has picked for them to really do the work for Bafana Bafana and ensure that Bafana Bafana wins the last two games and actually get a better goal difference than a Benin that is currently leading the group. I do go by the name of Oscar. Since the football, we're engaged and discuss on anything to do with football, from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. Today I'm wearing my Cleveland, 2016 winning vest jersey, because NBA will be coming soon. But anyway, that's not the topic. We are talking about the upcoming FIFA Soccer World Cup African qualifiers. And this group things are tough. There's hope for Super Eagles of Nigeria, and you can also say there's hope even for Rwanda. There's only 3 points different between number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Benin leading the group with 14 points plus 4 goal difference. South Africa second, 14 points as well, plus 3 goal difference. Nigeria third with 11 points. Rwanda, I believe they are fourth with 11 points. Number 5, I think, is Lesotho, and Zimbabwe that has also not won any group. Now, let's quickly just go look at the 23-man squad by a Hugo BROOS. One can't complain about the goalkeeping department. Ronza, the captain, Ricardo Goss, and Orlando Pirates, number 1, which should be deemed as the number 2 of Bafana Bafana in Sipho Chain. Now, I can't say it's a concern, but it's just an observation. There is not a lot of experience in this defense, but it was the same thing even in that game against the Super Eagles we played in Bloemfontein. I mean, the starting back 4, it was Samkelo Kabini playing for Molde, I think in Sweden, where the Mboga's left centre back partnered with Esia Ngezana. And our right back on the game was Zuko Mtunyela. Zuko Mtunyela is out, injured. Siyang Genyana suspended, got a yellow card in that Super Eagles game. That is why he's not in this 23-man squad. It's not because Uncle Hugo BROOS has got anything against Usia, but the boy is suspended. We don't want another case. We don't want another case of playing someone who's got yellow cards. The old man said today he's got a list of players with yellow cards. He doesn't want any other similar mistake to that of Tebogo Mokoena. Now, another one that, Uncle Hugo BROOS has been consistent with the selection of Enyiko Mobe. I think for the very first time, Hugo Mobe has not been selected in the squad. And I believe this is a very good 23. He's going for the kill. I believe he wants goals, and so you don't have Mvala out injured. Grant Kekana, I think Hugo BROOS he has moved on from a Grant Kekana Thabo Muluisane not picked. I'm not sure if he's injured as well or what, but he's not picked for this game. And surprisingly, that he's gone for the tried and tested guys. Nkosinathi Sibisi, who has not had a lot of minutes this season because of the form of Mbogazi in the Siema at Orlando Pirates. He made the bench against the TS Galaxy. I'm not sure if it was at the weekend. He was also on the bench against Dioli. Didn't watch that game, but he has made the squad. Believe that Hugo BROOS has been following the progress of Ubodlela Sibisi, the captain of Orlando Pirates. So he has made the squad. So we can actually say he is probably the most experienced in that backline. I mean, Abu Kulumani Damane, Tabang Matuludi, Kuluso Mudau back in the squad after getting some minutes at Mamelodi Sundowns. Some people might ask, why is the Tapela Muran who's also back, Matuludi and Kuliso Muda? Tapelo Morena under Hugo BROOS has not really played as a right back, but more so as a right winger, a right midfielder, or an attacking forward. So that's why Tapelo Morena is in the squad. Hence, I'm saying he's gone for the tried and tested guys to get him what he wants. And what we want in this game is not only a win, but a lot of goals. We need a lot of goals. I mean, what will Zimbabwe be playing for? Come on, Zim guys, you're our brothers, you're our neighbors. Why resist? Because there's nothing you're playing for. But the last game we played against Zimbabwe in Bloemfontein, I mean, they had some very nippy, highly tactical guys up front. Chirewa, that left dreadlock guys playing in England. I'm not sure if he's playing 30 or what, but he's a very, very decent, very good player. They might be party poopers and actually mess everything up for us, there's Zimbabwe. Because I looked at that squad of Zimbabwe. They have named a very competitive, strong squad. They might not be playing to qualify for the World Cup, but they are certainly playing in preparation also for AFCON. I believe they've also qualified. So they're preparing themselves for that AFCON that will be happening in Morocco. So it's going to be a tough one. There's going to be a lot of resistance from this Zimbabwean team. So not a lot of experience in that defense of Bafana Bafana. But Hugo BROOS has always thrown in youngsters in his side. He is not scared to do so. And at the end of this episode, I'll be giving my starting 11 for both games. And if you look at that midfield, welcome back to Spelelo Sithole. Sithole playing for Tondela in Portuguese Premier League. He actually scored on Saturday in that winning goal for his team. And I mean, if Spelelo is back full fitness, he is an automatic starter. This is a guy that was huge for Bafana Bafana and that AFCON in Ivory Coast. So he's definitely going to start. I don't see Oba starting on this one since Pelele Stole is back for Bafana Bafana. You've got a Mbata as a cover. You've got an Obas as a cover. You've got a Sipumbule. So you've got some good number 8s and some good defensive midfielders in Obas and Usitole. A good number 8 in Tebogo Mokoena, who can also play as a 6. He can also play as an 8. And a Sipumbule, who is in between an 8 and a 10. He's very good when we want to keep the ball and he control the tempo of the game. And our forwards, you can throw in Tapelo Morena there, Ikram Reyners, Lyle Foster, Moremi Nkota, and Rele Mufukeng. No Tito, no Elias Mukwana, no Cassius Mailula, no player from the MLS, and the majority of the players here are in South Africa, obviously. There was another player was selected, but it couldn't make it because of injury. Ocon, who used to play for Supersport United, who's now currently playing the first division in Germany for Hembeck, I think Hemsbeck or Hembeck. So yeah, a very good squad, a balanced midfield, very attack-minded, players in that midfield, and then you have some forwards who can bang in those goals. We know Hugo BROOS favors a 4-2-3-1 system, and in this system, the guys that are playing behind that number 9 normally cause a lot of havoc, and we do have those players here. Now we need to commend Hugo BROOS for living out his son in Enyiko Mobi. Now this is how I think Hugo BROOS. I mean, I didn't even mention Malibongwe Khoza as a new face in this Bafana Bafana setup. I believe Hugo BROOS watched that Chan squad in Uganda, Tanzania earlier during the preseason, and I believe he was impressed by Khoza, who can play in that centre back role, but also play as a defensive midfielder. If you look at our defenders, and some of the players have been the profile of the players Hugo BROOS has selected here. If you remember how we lost against Rwanda in that that potato farm field we play against Rwanda in Kigali. Kigali guys are tall. I mean, they're big and strong and tall. So if you look at the profile of our defenders, Undamane, big, strong, tall, Matuludi, Kabini, Spelelos Tall, who's not small as well, Khoza, who's actually taller than even Mbegezeli Mbogazi. So the profile is also of our defenders is also to balance things out when we are playing against a Rwanda that relies mostly on set pieces. So I understand the selection of some of these players here. Now, this is how I think we're going to set up. Hugo BROOS will start with the Williams, obviously. The left back, Mudau, is very good. And we must just always remember that Mudau is naturally or originally is not a left back. He is more of a left midfielder or a 10 or a winger who doesn't have the speed, but he's a very intelligent footballer. So in the absence of Fawaz Basadin, who's naturally a left centre back or a left back, I believe that Uncle Hugo BROOS will continue with the Samkelo Kabini, who that we can, I think, all agree that he did fairly well against the star-studded Super Eagles team in Bloemfontein, and I foresee Kabini continuing even on this game against Zimbabwe. The central pairing on this one, Mbogazi and a Malibongwe Khoza. He was quite nervous, Ulento, Kuluman Ndamane, when he played those few minutes at the end against Lagos. Mudau will fit in. So Mudau and Tabang Matuludi, they'll be competing for that right back position, but we all know who owns that right back position. It is a Mudau. In the absence of a Zugom Dunyelo, who is still injured. Tabiso Monyane of Kaizer Chiefs also still injured since that game of Nigeria. And then our midfield two is going to we're going back to a Sitole and a Mukwe. Since we want goals, it is going to be a fiercely attacking front four, and that is Unkota, Mufukeng. He can play as a 10. We've seen at Orlando Pirates. Apolis, our king of assist in the South African national team, and the Lyle Foster as a number 9. Wouldn't mind if we started with Reyners, because he is an incredible good finisher. But if we start with this 11, I'm happy. I will not complain at all. Hoping that we will score at least a minimum of 4 goals against Zimbabwe without conceding any. And when we are playing against the Rwandans, we probably start with a Sipombule, let's say in place of Mufokeng. Control and frustrate the Rwandans who will be parking the bus, and we know how intelligent and how Sipombule can find those passes in those pockets. So yeah, man, this is Bafana Bafana. There's still hope. I believe we will qualify for the World Cup if we win these 2 games. Benin are playing their last 2 games away to Rwanda and away to Nigeria. South Africa, we have Zimbabwe and a Rwanda. Nigeria have a Lesotho, I think, away, and their last game will be at home against a Benin. So South Africa, we must just win our games. Win our game against Zimbabwe, and we must win it with a positive score. We must win at least with 4 goals or more. And let's see and what's going to happen between Benin versus Rwanda. Now let me end it there. And if you've never seen this space and this content for the very first time, do join the family. Subscription is free. Sharing the video